Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for the last time. For real this time. All of you know me as Lunatic, but my real name is Matthew. 8 months ago I started this channel for fun. I started it because I was bored. I started it because I got inspired by many creators. I first became interested in the concept of gore by a channel named Spooky Rice, who reviewed horrifying, at the time, horrifying and just grotesque movies, which to me were the worst things I'd ever seen at that time. And for the longest time, I thought that I'd hit rock bottom. I thought that that was the worst thing that I could ever see, but I was wrong. Years and years later, I discovered a video on a channel called Wendigoon called The Disturbing Movie Iceberg, and I watched through the whole thing, and I saw what I expected. Guinea pig, Serbian film, all the usual. But then I started to delve deeper into the video and realized that I hadn't even scratched the surface. The most disturbing and deplorable shit was all the way at tier 8. I didn't even know I could get that bad. And then I started watching more channels. Cold Raven, Plagued Moth, Disturbed Reality, Marina Graves, Bad House, Unboxed, Watched and Reviewed, Cinema's Underbelly. People that lived off of this shit. And I thought, hey, I want to live off this shit too. And so I created this little lunatic, which actually first started off as, I don't remember what exactly it started off as, probably like, I can't even remember the first name that I ever gave the channel, but it changed to Bloodhound later on. And I didn't like that name because it was actually the name of a dog that looked way too adorable compared to the stuff that I reviewed. So, I went looking for a new name. I realized that each name that all the channels under my featured channels page have, they all somewhat describe the creator. They all somewhat describe what they do and what the type of person that they are. So, I decided to name my channel This Little Lunatic. Why? Well, at the time, when I first made the channel and I first started reviewing mixtapes, I thought only a fucking lunatic would review the stuff that I made. It made me feel cool and edgy, which is kind of cringy now that I think about it. I actually had no intentions of starting this channel. My first ever video, The Best of Me, the Bjorkstalker, was actually posted on my first channel, Hey It's Maddie. And I thought this content wasn't really on par with what I do on that channel, so I decided that I needed its own channel to house it, so I made a second channel. And at the time, I was super proud of that video. I thought that, it was great. And then I started looking for another case to review. And at the time, Ronnie McNutt was something that was trending online. TikTok, Plagued Moth was talking about it. So, I decided to make a video on Ronnie McNutt, and that video did pretty well too. But after that, I was kind of empty-handed. I talked about all the trending gore stuff, well, only one, and there was really nothing else to talk about. So I went digging. I went back to a channel called Scare Theater, who basically kind of did the same thing I do. And, I'm sorry to say this, but I kind of took some of his ideas. My videos on Alvaro Castillo, Roro-chan, and Peluchin were all videos that already existed on his channel, but I decided to take the general idea of the case and remake it in my own way. And I think I did a pretty good job. Now, the reason why the quality on all these videos prior to my update Quality Is Now Better video looked so shitty is because I had an awful way of actually transferring my videos onto my computer. I'd record the videos, and the reason why they were all pretty short and why the pollution video had to be split into two is because I'd email the videos to my computer. And they always compress the videos to hell, and you can't send a video that's over 9 minutes, so I was pretty much fucked. It was either that way or no way. Until I had the bright fucking idea that I can just plug my charger into my computer and transfer the videos onto my laptop that way. Wow, sharp as a brick. Now that I had this type of quality, I knew that I had to put it to good use, so I started cranking out videos. My first video that was over 10 minutes long was a Serbian film. I had known about a Serbian film for a long time, but I didn't really watch it. I told everyone that I watched it, but to be honest, I only watched clips of the movie. So I decided, hey, I should watch the movie and review it on this channel. So I did, and holy shit, it was worse than I thought it was going to be. Now that I've seen MD Pope and, all that other worse shit, it's not as bad. But back then, it was pretty fucking bad. I mean, the baby scene, you can tell that I was pretty fucked up when I was doing that review. After that, I decided it was time to take a step back. So I reviewed Guinea Pig Devil's Experiment. This one wasn't as bad, but I thought it was good enough for the channel. Then after that was Antichrist. This was actually my favorite movie that I've ever reviewed on this channel. Not my favorite review I've made, but my favorite movie that I've watched because of this channel. In the disturbing category, it was pretty good. Then I realized something. These videos take a long time to make. I need to give myself a break. So I posted my first reaction video. My reaction video to One Man, One Jar. Oh, right. My first channel name was Grindhouse. Why was it named Grindhouse? I don't know. It just sounded like a cool name. It sounded gory. I didn't really intend to make any more reaction videos after that, but after doing my Justus Fatice video and my Malignant and Antichrist Part 2 reaction video, I thought, you know what, maybe I should stick to these videos for a while until I have the energy to actually make a bigger and better video. And so I ran the gauntlet, and it's one of my most viewed videos of all time with over 1,000 views. I thought, oh shit, this type of videos do great, I should do them more. But then I went on hiatus after posting my new Discord server video. Why? Because I wanted to take a break. It was beginning to dawn on me that a channel like this was going to take a lot of time and energy to make, so I decided to take a break because I felt like I'd produced enough content for people to watch. After posting my I'm Still Alive video, I posted another reaction video where I reacted to a video called Chaos Blood Gore on a website called Heavy R. During my hiatus, I'd kind of been surfing the web to watch gore videos because, I was in the mood at the time, and I discovered a lot of websites, the YMC, Heavy R, Gore Database, which, is fucking terrible. But I'd found a ton of websites, and I was gonna use them, goddammit. So after that, I reacted to the video 1444, supposedly cursed, and that got a lot of views. And at that very moment, when I saw my view count go over 1,000, I said, this is what I'm going to do. This is what runs the channel. And I was the first person on YouTube to post a reaction video to Snuff R73, The Real Deal, which got a ton of views. So I told myself that I should be reacting to these videos because then I'd get more views and more traction. And I was right. My sub count rocketed and so did my views. I was taking requests left and right, updating the channel name, making my thumbnails look nice. I was on a roll. Then I decided to take on one of my biggest challenges. I decided to watch MD Pope, most disturbed person on planet Earth. This was hell. Well, not watching it was hell, but getting it was hell. I had to go on Thomas Cinemagore's website, download it, wait for a few hours, and then actually watch it. And man, it was more intense than I thought it would be. If you've seen my channel for a while, you know that gore really doesn't affect me at all. It's the scat that affects me. As prior to the MD Pope video, I posted 2 Girls 1 Cup, and you saw my reaction on that. You know how I take scat. But other than that, I was doing great. With my MD Pope video skyrocketing in views and just reviewing mixtapes in general doing really good, I started to realize something. I'm tired. I'm really tired. Sitting for hours watching these repetitive mixtapes with scat, gore, and violence just was brain numbing. So I decided to take a break. I decided to make a few more videos after I posted my taking a short break video, just so you guys could have enough content before I came back. And when I came back full fucking force with Amber Alert. Amber Alert was a video that I didn't even want to make, but I told myself this is going to get views. I actually was originally intending on doing a reaction, but after watching just the first few seconds of it, I thought, fuck no, I'm not gonna risk my channel for this shit. So I made the review, which was one of my most viewed videos of all time, but I've since privated the video for reasons I'm going to explain right now. A lot of scandalism, if that's even a word, is behind Amber Alert. There's many stories of the kids featured in the mixtape being like sexually abused and, you know, shit going on behind the scenes, and I told myself I just didn't want to have that on my channel. But that decision wouldn't come forth until one fateful day at school. I got called down to the office by my social workers who had known me for a while, and I'd actually told them about my channel, and they told me that since I told them about the channel, they'd actually watched it, and they told me they didn't, as I said in my other video, they didn't tell me directly, but they pretty much told me that I should stop. I should stop for many reasons, one of which was my mental health. Now, throughout my whole career on this channel, none of this has ever affected me. You know, I've woken up, I've watched the gore, I've watched it till night. You know, I've spent hours on my computer watching MD Pope and all that because I've been taking breaks in between. Not because it's bad, but because it's, you know, fucking boring. And, you know, I'd watch it until 1 a.m. I just close my computer and go to sleep. No problem. But they told me, and most of you in the channel have told me that in the long run, this shit could come back and bite me in the ass. And now that I've thought about it, maybe that's right. Plus, I've already told you guys that my dream is to be a filmmaker and make films for people all around the world to enjoy. And I don't want to be associated with that in the future and potentially be, you know, canceled for that shit. Which is why I privated Amber Alert, and I'm thinking of privating Snuff R73, but I'm still thinking about it, so I don't really know if I'll actually private it or not, but yeah. But that was before, and I still hadn't given up on the channel, so I released Lunatic Reacts to the Guerrero Flag, which is also one of my most viewed videos, and I got that feeling of happiness back, but just for a second, because I realized that temporary happiness I had when my video got over 1,000 views didn't last that long. The last proper mixtape I ever reviewed was Fubar, and up until that point, you couldn't tell it in the video, but I was just done. I didn't want to do this anymore. I was just bored out of my mind. I wasn't happy anymore. Even all the comments that I got, those made me feel good. You know, they made me feel like people cared about watching me, but I just didn't want to do it anymore because it just wasn't my thing. I was just bored. Then I started remaking my videos, my older videos, into higher quality with Bjorkstalker and my final video, Lunatic Talks Ronnie Remastered Edition. That was it. I told myself everything they told me was true. I should stop doing this. And then I made my The End video.
So why am I making this video? Why am I coming back when I already told you guys I would not be coming back? It is because I want to give the proper goodbye. Now that I told you the history of my channel, I just want to say thank you guys. You know, it's really been an insane 8 months of just the most fucked up shit I've ever seen in my life. I think about the channel every single day. I think about it all the time, and I think about how I haven't given you guys a proper goodbye. I feel like the goodbye in that video, The End, was very rushed, and the camera angle looks pretty fucky. Oh, you're gonna have to deal with it. I didn't like The End. I didn't like that as a video. I don't like it. I feel like it's very rushed. I feel like I didn't say all the stuff I needed to say. But when I first started this channel, I had so much visions and dreams in my head that I'd be collaborating with Cold Raven, Plagued Moth, maybe even Wendigoon, you know, those big fucking titans of channels that basically inspired me. And I also want to say thank you to all those channels. Let me say thank you to each one of them. I want to say thanks to Spooky Rice, Cold Raven's Nest, Plagued Moth, Wang, Dead Meat, Big Will, Cinema's Underbelly, Wendigoon, Spooky Astronauts, Goose Boost, Nick Crowley, Nextpo, Disturbed Reality, Unboxed, Watched, and Reviewed, Marina Graves, Bad House, AHJ, and Scare Theater. Go check out those guys. Those guys are they're my heroes of this type of content. Because they're basically the reason I exist. If they didn't exist, I wouldn't have the motive to do this. Because I'd never think in all my life that people reviewing gore would get this fucking popular. And I saw them getting so many views and subscribers out the ass, and I thought maybe I could do that, and maybe one day they'll notice me and they'll want to collaborate with me and they'll want to make videos alongside me, and we'd grow there's no better way to say, but maybe a little SMP, like a dream type SMP, but of gore. Like in my head, I had that planned. I had a dream SMP type community where all of us we're together talking about gore, disturbing movies, cursed videos, and all. I had so many visions of just collaborating with these big YouTubers, but it never came to be because mentally and emotionally I was exhausted. I was and still am going through a pretty tough time, and making this type of content is pretty damaging. Watching this type of shit is pretty damaging. It will fuck you up in the head in the long run, even if you don't feel I've seen little kids, kids younger than me, reacting to these types of videos, and I'm like, holy shit. Even as a kid, I was never given any boundaries. My parents never told me, oh, you can't. The most my parents ever told me was don't watch porn. They were like, oh, you're not allowed to watch titties, you're not allowed to watch pussies. Okay, but I could still watch gore videos. No one ever told me don't watch gore videos. I didn't have that type of supervision as a kid, and I'm not blaming my parents, but, if I had gotten that type of supervision, I probably wouldn't be here right now making this video, because I wouldn't watch this type of shit. Another thing I have to blame is my strong stomach and my strong gut for watching these types of shit. As a kid, I'd watch Saw, and, no problem. I could watch that all day. I was a huge fan of Saw. And then I started watching gore videos on YouTube, decapitation, all that type of shit, and I was like, wow, this isn't affecting me at all. I must be a strong-willed person to watch this type of stuff. And I was. Not everyone can watch this stuff and walk off all fine and stuff. So yeah, and that's another thing to blame, is my strong stomach to be able to stomach this shit. I had many projects planned. I had many episodes for Lunatic Talks. I was going to do Junko Furuta. I was going to do Desmond. As I said before, I was gonna take a lot of Scare Theater's ideas and make them my own. Make my own version. Junko, Desmond is amazing. The Blue Whale game. I was gonna I at one point was going to review the story Blowfly Girl, which was a video that was inspired to me by Wang, because he talked about that, and I thought, hey, I should also read disturbing stories on the internet. I had so much content planned in mind, so much, and I was so excited to make it at first, but then as I went on, I told myself, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. And yeah, here we are now, giving you guys a proper thank you. It's really nice to be able to talk to you guys one final time and just say thank you for all these amazing 6 months. It's been 6 months. I'm not 6 months, 8 months. It's been 8 fucking months since my first video. And the channel, even when I left, the channel's almost at 700 subscribers. Even when I left a month ago, my sub count was still going up. The video The End is almost at 1,000 views. It's crazy. Even when I say I'm gonna leave, the channel still grows. And, it's crazy, to think that people are still going to watch my content. They're still going to comment. Even if I get comments oh, where's the link? Where's the original video? Can I have the link? Can you give the link? That lets me know, hey, people are still watching your channel. And that's just something that, really touches my heart. Seeing people watch me. As a kid, I never thought that I'd get this popular. I'd never have these many subscribers and viewers watching me every day. When I posted a video, I did get over 100 views in like under an hour, and it's insane. And yeah, that is pretty much all I want to say. There's not much else to say. I've said everything I want to say. I've given myself a proper goodbye. I've let it all out. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And just know that I'm always here. If you leave a nice comment, I'll most likely reply. I'll give you a heart. I'll give you a like. I'm not gone. I'm not gone off the face of the earth. I still have my other 2 channels that you guys can watch me on, but just this chapter of my life is gonna come to a close. It's time to, when one door closes, another one opens. So thank you guys so much for this amazing journey on these 8 months. Thank you so much for everything, for all the comments, all the wonderful support, and this is the disclosure I needed. This is what I wanted to say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and good night and goodbye.